I don't want to put words in your mouth, but it seems like you're not in favor of secularism, so I wanted to ask about that. So I never understand what you folks mean when you say we shouldn't be a secular country. Do you think religion should rule us? What do you mean?
I think that we should have a secular government and a religious population, just as the founders did. That's why "In God We Trust" is one of the 3 mottos of our country. And we are now seeing the consequences in every area of life of the death of Christianity. And I say this as a religious Jew, the death of the Judeo-Christian value system, the death of the 10 Commandments, and the death of all the things that came with religion, meaning and community and moral absolutes among them. The death of religious values is why we can now say there are more than 2 sexes, and that we shouldn't call kids boys and girls in schools anymore. We are living in the age of moral and intellectual chaos because of the death of religion.
Okay, so poll just came out today, I think actually. 61% of Republicans say we should be a Christian nation, but don't get them twisted. They're not saying, hey, just be Christian at home. 57% of them, of Republicans, say, no, we know it's unconstitutional. We know that it's not in the Constitution. We can't establish a religion, but we want to do it anyway. 61% say, no, we want it. So that seems to be establishing a religion, Christianity. Do you think 61% of Republicans are wrong?
They didn't say they want to establish a religion. They said they wanted a Christian country. I'd rather have a Christian country than a secular country, and I'm a Jew.
Okay, so help me understand what a Christian country means. Does that mean you establish a religion, Christianity?
No, established. There was never an established religion in the country, and Christians aren't for it. I work with Christians. I know I work more with Christians than with Jews. My synagogue is Jews, but I work with Christians. I'm at churches all the time. I never heard one of them say, let's establish Christianity.
What does it mean?
But Protestants believe deeply in the separation of church and state.
I don't see that at all, and it's not in the poll. 57% said, yeah, we know it's unconstitutional. They mean establish a religion. Now you're trying to make it like that the Republicans don't actually mean that. So what do they mean when they say we want a Christian nation, not like the one that's in the Constitution?
Right, I don't know the constitutional part. This is brand new to me. So I can't comment. I can only tell you that when Christians say they want a Christian nation, they want a nation that is governed by Christian moral principles and not the moral chaos that we see today. And I am a supporter of that notion.
Governed means the state.
And
but anyway, go ahead.
I'm sorry, I don't believe in Christ. Just for the record, I am not a Christian, and they are not forcing, and they never did force anybody to believe in Christ. Even when they were really in power, they never forced one American to accept Christ. That's a pretty damn good record.
That's because it's not constitutional. You're making it seem like they had the option.
So I want to ask.
Well, wait a minute.
Okay,
wait,
go ahead.
You just said if they have power, you're afraid, correct?
Well, first of all, no, I didn't say that. But I didn't say that. But Dennis, yeah, I'm worried that your dear leader Donald Trump doesn't believe in democracy. He said he had a system to put in fake electors. Now you got 61% of Republicans say, screw it, let's just be a Christian nation. Let's basically be run by a Christian mullah. Okay, and so do you think Trump wouldn't say, I'm that mullah and we're not having democracy? He'd do that in a second. You think that he cares about the rest of us? A lifelong con man who only cares about his own power and wealth. If you can't see that, Dennis, you're being purposely blind.
The man was president for 4 years. He was far more open than Joe Biden and the Democrats are, who are using the FBI to suppress dissent and who are using the New York Times and CNN. This is the least free America has been in its history, Dennis, in terms of free speech and freedom of dissent, and it's because of the Democrats and the left. Trump was in office.
Obama had taken classified documents from the White House home with him, and if the federal government with the DOJ gave him multiple chances, multiple opportunities to just return the classified top secret documents, and he didn't do it, and that led to a raid, would you be on this show right now providing cover for Obama? I'm genuinely curious. I want you to give me an answer.
If it were part of a systemic use by a Republican government of suppression of Democrats, I would damn well be on this program saying that.
He had every opportunity to just return the documents, and he refused to do it. No one should be held above the law, in my opinion. I mean, I don't think that should be controversial. I don't care if it's a Democrat, I don't care if it's a leftist, I don't care if it's a Republican. You can't break the law repeatedly and just assume that you're entitled to be treated above the law. Why do you think it's okay to provide cover for criminality like that?
Let me tell you what every one of us who is a conservative believes, knows. There are political prisoners in the United States for the first time in American history, and it's because the left is in power, and there is no instance in the history of the world since Vladimir Lenin of the left being in power and allowing dissent. It was liberals in power in the past with Democrats. Today it is leftists. There is a huge difference. I wrote of 32 differences between liberalism and leftism in a column that anyone can find on the internet. I'll give you one example. Leftists believe in all black dormitories like at Columbia University where I went. Liberals do not believe in all black dormitories. There is nothing in common between liberalism and leftism. Leftism is evil, liberalism is honorable. And what we now have is the left doing what it always does, suppress dissent.
Yeah, that's absolute nonsense. Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.